only get mad at my brother and I for two reasons. If we didn't have our shoes tied, and if we walked on the back of them, you'd all, boy.
And if you didn't wear socks with your shoes.
Nah, he was.
I think he was okay with that. And he was obviously okay with him putting his feet on the table.
What? Skip, you got on rib socks today?
Rib socks?
Yeah, you know them old man socks. You know, like the 75-year-old with them Stacey Adams.
Yeah, Skip has personal hygiene, so he wears socks with his shoes.
Hey, Skip, how you doing this morning? What's going on?
I don't even know if I can fist bump that.
What's going on, Skip? I mean, you see, I need you to pit up.
Wait,
hold on just a second. I think somebody was so far behind in the shoe game that all of a sudden the last 3 days he tried to catch it up, and he's so far behind that he'll never ever even see the light of day.
Oh, I'm breaking that heat, Skip.
Yeah.
But I need you to pick it up, Skip. It's time to strike the band up. You know what the band, when the band come out, doom, doom, doom.
You're perky this morning, for all this bad Cavs news.
He won't be so perky in about 5 minutes.
You better not take no shot at my guy.
Here we go.
Nelly will be here live in studio later in the show, but we've got to start with the feud between LeBron and Kyrie. Stephen A. Smith cited sources in LeBron's camp of saying, quote, if Kyrie Irving was in front of LeBron James right now, LeBron would be tempted to beat his ass. LeBron is reportedly upset that his name is being raked through the coals by Kyrie. ESPN reported yesterday that it's almost inevitable that the Cavs will trade Kyrie this offseason. Skip, whose side are you on in this feud?
I am ultimately, thank you, I am ultimately and definitely on Kyrie's side, and I want to be very clear about this. This is another classic case of LeBron and his inner circle attempting to turn LeBron into the victim here, when, in fact, Kyrie was always the victim from the very start. And as I pointed out to you yesterday, Kyrie had just inked a 5-year extension, had all kinds of promises from his ownership, starting with Dan Gilbert, that he was going to be the man for the next 5 years. And boom, only 11 days later, LeBron's coming home. And Kyrie sacrificed and sacrificed and sacrificed. As I said yesterday, he finally got sick and tired of sacrificing for one LeBron James. But I want to also be very clear. I have absolutely no issue with what my friend Stephen A. Smith is reporting here. I'm merely reacting to what he is reporting from those insiders. I don't know who it could come from. Maybe Maverick Carter, maybe Rich Paul. I know them. I like all of them, but they have a goal here. They have a job to do, and that's to defend their man, LeBron James. And again, I don't like the issue of turning LeBron into the victim, even though I'm going to give you up front one big point here. This reminds me a little bit of Russell Westbrook and Kevin Durant, just a little bit, because obviously Russell was blindsided a year ago on July 4th when suddenly Kevin Durant sends him a text saying, boom, I'm leaving Oklahoma City for Golden State, and Russell didn't have any indication of that in any one-on-one conversation they had had, even though, I must say this, I had been reporting it for not 1 year or 2 years, for 3 long years. I reported that ultimately Kevin Durant will leave Oklahoma City because he is getting sick and tired of trying to coexist with Russell Westbrook. Unfortunately, Kevin had never really relayed that personally in one-on-one conversations to Russell, so Russell obviously was angry because he felt blindsided. Now, in this case, a little bit different because Kyrie has had several, maybe many one-on-one conversations with LeBron James over the years. Remember, they got off to a rocky start.
Correct.
And he has expressed superficially that he's had some issues with LeBron, but hasn't gone into the gory detail that my source close to Kyrie went into with me over the weekend.
Okay.
And my source, and I'm just going to, this is word for word what my source told me. So I said this to you yesterday, now I'm just going to read it to you word for word. Kyrie just never enjoyed playing with LeBron because it went well from the start, i.e. they started winning together. He just stifled it. Now he's just over it. He just can't defer to LeBron James anymore. I told you that yesterday, and I'm going to stand by that again today. But did Kyrie go into that much gory detail with LeBron? I'm going to give you this point. He probably should have been a little more specific, and I'm sure LeBron does feel a little bit blindsided by all that has come out, because the initial reports on ESPN.com were that Kyrie is evading, that was the word used in the headline, evading LeBron. He wants out from under LeBron James.
Okay.
So back to my reports yesterday. According to my source, Kyrie just got sick and tired of LeBron's what he called passive-aggressive leadership. A lot of social media posting. We've seen some in the last 24 to 48 hours in which he would hint at this and hint at that. They're cryptic. They're a little between the lines. You're not sure exactly where he's going with it, but Kyrie's a more upfront, in-your-face kind of guy. Just tell me what your issues are, and we will deal with them. And he believed ultimately, and this is from my source, that LeBron cared more about himself and his brand than he did about the basketball team. That he didn't take losing, he did not take losing quite as hard as Kyrie takes losing. And I told you yesterday, Kyrie takes it over hard sometimes. He's very hard on himself. He's very hard on everything that's going on around him. He gets a little psycho about it, but he thought LeBron, as long as LeBron played well enough that his stats would speak for himself, a la NBA Finals, first man ever to average a triple-double in the finals, that he was satisfied with that. What did I tell you the day after Game 5, the closeout game in the finals? I came right in here and sat right here, and I told you, man, LeBron looked so satisfied last night. He actually looked relieved it was over because he recorded the first ever triple-double for an entire finals, but they lost in 5 games. And it didn't look like LeBron really cared about that because, as we know, he'd made it clear, I just don't have enough help. And by the way, that quote, which was uttered by LeBron, remember, on January 23rd after the loss at New Orleans, really rankled Kyrie. This whole idea of we're top heavy is, you know what, we need more bottom, we need more depth, I need more help. And Kyrie was offended by that because he's very proud and very smart, and he thought they had plenty of firepower, that he and LeBron were enough to go beat whoever was in Golden State. Kevin Durant joined forces with all those superheroes. Well, they did not, and Kyrie did not like it, and he never liked it from the start that he was forced to play with LeBron. So they did win a championship together, and Kyrie did a huge shot in Game 7. LeBron played great in those last 3 games. And now, at age 25, Kyrie has just had enough of everything LeBron, because LeBron can be a little moody from day to day. As I've told you, the king can be occasionally a drama queen. And after a while, Kyrie just said, you know what? I'm going to force their hand. I'm out. But again, LeBron's point through Stephen A. is that don't rake my name over the coals as you leave. But I think Kyrie doesn't know how else to leave except just to say, I just didn't like it here. I didn't like playing with LeBron because I didn't choose to play with LeBron. He actually chose to come play with me. So I got stuck with this, and now I want out of this. With 2 years left on my deal, whether Cleveland will honor that, I have no idea. Maybe they won't, but I'm sure a lot of teams are lining up right now with the best offer they can make for Kyrie Irving. So I don't think LeBron was the victim here. I think Kyrie ultimately, and in the beginning, was the real victim here.
You got a lot. You got a lot for me to digest, and I was jotting down and trying to digest this as much as I possibly could. So let me try to unpack. I mean, I like that terminology you use. Let me try to unpack some of the stuff that you packed nicely and neatly into the suitcase. You said you're on Kyrie's side. I'm on LeBron's side. You said Kyrie said he didn't want to sacrifice anymore. Kyrie sacrificed being in the lottery every year that LeBron wasn't there to go into 3 straight finals. That's some sacrifice.
I hear you. Okay. I get it, but he was just a baby coming in the league, 18, 19, 20. You know, now he's a man. Now he's a grown man, and he feels like he could do it by himself.
You said LeBron and his team is trying to portray LeBron as a sympathetic figure. He doesn't want sympathy. How about respect? Is that asking too much? See, LeBron has made it abundantly clear. I do not have a problem with Kyrie leaving. I left Cleveland to go to Miami. I then, in turn, left Miami to come back to Cleveland. Not at one point. Now, you can surmise all you want to why he left Cleveland, why he left Miami to return to Cleveland. But he never said it was Bosh. He never said it was D. Wade. He never said it was any of his former teammates. He just chose to leave, which is well within his rights.
And by the way, can I make a point of order here? And I think Joy will back me up on this. Dwayne Wade did not know LeBron was leaving until just the night before he made the big announcement, right? And so,
I'm coming home.
You know, I'm coming home. So, again, sometimes these things play out where it just happens, where you just have to go ahead and react. And I did not condemn LeBron for not keeping Dwayne in the loop. He just suddenly decided he's out. And I think he was out because he thought Dwayne was getting a little old and frail. That's what I think.
Skip, the thing for me is that, and I'm going to get back to some of your points, is that it appears to me that LeBron saying, leave, if that's what you want to do. And you're probably right, Kyrie. You probably deserve to be the captain of your own ship. But my name shouldn't come out your dentures. My name shouldn't be uttered because you're trying to make it seem like that I'm an unbearable teammate. See, that's what Kyrie is portraying. He's unbearable. Why would anybody, and you heard Dame Lillard, he's like, I don't know LeBron the player, but LeBron, I mean, who doesn't want to go to the finals every year? But Kyrie, basically by saying this, finals is not important to him. Mm-hmm. Being the captain is important to him. He's like Captain Phillips. Look at me. I'm the captain now. He's never, ever going to be big as LeBron James. He can go to New York. He can go to Golden State, San Antonio. He's never, Skip. It's not going to happen. See, the thing is that he's looking at it like, okay, Kobe and Shaq. Kobe got fed up with Shaq because Shaq was reporting to camp more and more out of shape. He felt Shaq wasn't dedicating himself as much as he was. And he couldn't, he's like, no, I can't. And he felt he wasn't going to get the credit that he rightfully deserved as long as Shaq was there.
Because it got to the point that town, this town we're in right now,
yep,
not big enough for the both of them. Somebody wanted a solo stage. It was Kobe.
LeBron has gone out of his way. He said Kyrie is special. At every turn, Kyrie is special. Kyrie can win an MVP. That's what LeBron has done. He's heaped praise on Kyrie Irving. And in return, oh, I can't play with this guy. He makes it seem like, man, this is a drag, man. I mean, y'all, yeah, it's going to finals, but, man, LeBron, now here's a guy that, because he has a lot of sponsorship, Skip, he will get gifts, be it beats or whatever the case may be, and heap lavishly on his teammates. Make sure that whatever he has, they have. And then Kyrie turns around and I can't play because he knew if you said, I just want to get traded, he knew if you bring LeBron into the mix, he already know what Dan Gilbert going to do. Dan Gilbert said what he said, but he's not choosing Kyrie Irving over LeBron James. And see, Skip, my grandfather used to say all the time, boy, two people can keep a secret, but one of them need to be dead. See, when Kyrie said what he said, somebody heard it. And guess what, Skip? That got back to LeBron. How did you think? Skip, let me ask you this.
Wait. What did you say when Kyrie, when he told Dan Gilbert?
When Dan Gilbert, when he said he doesn't want to play with LeBron.
I mean,
you know it's going to get back, right?
Well, it had to.
But let me ask you a question.
I mean, LeBron runs the show, man.
Skip, me and you have been together for almost a year. If it got back to you that I wanted out because I didn't want to work with Skip Bayless anymore, you're going to be disappointed. You're going to like, Shannon, after all I've done for you, you're the reason that you're sitting across from me is because I hand selected you. And this is the kind of respect that
you would immediately hear from me.
Yeah.
And I would want to hear it directly from you.
But he can't hear it directly from Kyrie because, as you said, the headline saying is what? He's evading LeBron.
No, he wants to get out from under. That's what he's not evading LeBron.
Yeah, why didn't he go? Don't go to Dan Gilbert.
Kyrie's in China right now, so it's a little complicated.
Don't
go ahead.
Don't go to Dan Gilbert.
Yeah.
Go to LeBron. LeBron, I want to leave, bro.
Mm-hmm. I told you my first point was that's the best way to do it. He should have taken that path. Go right to him and just detail all of his issues.
Yeah.
LeBron wouldn't like hearing those issues.
But I'm going to hear it coming from you. Although LeBron defers to Kyrie, you said it yesterday, that Kyrie had a higher usage rate, which means he had the...
Slightly. It was just percentage points. 30-something to 29-something percent.
So if I win a race by 0.100 and you come in second by 0.2, who won the race? So in other words, Kyrie had the ball more in his hand than LeBron. Am I correct?
In the regular season, but not in the post.
Okay.
LeBron took more shots in the postseason
by
than Kyrie. Well, he did. Yeah. Okay. Well, if I win a race by point something, I won the race.
Okay. But how many points did Kyrie average in the playoffs?
25-9.
And what did LeBron average? 30 what? So that's not the here nor there, Skip. LeBron is upset that Kyrie chose to use him because he knew what that would generate. He knew if he said LeBron, that Dan Gilbert was going to choose LeBron, he was going to choose the hometown kid, the Mount Rushmore kid, over one Kyrie Irving.
That's okay. I mean, I don't have
I
an
don't
issue
have a
with
problem with that,
Yeah.
Skip. I have a problem with no one that has a problem with Shannon. If you don't want to work with me, you don't want to work with me. But keep my name out your mouth. Because if my name come to your mouth, I'm going to step to you and ask you, what's the problem? If you want to leave, leave. I got no problem with leaving. There's some guys I didn't want to particularly play with all the time. And I think the thing is, for me, Skip, I think because there's 53 men on the football roster and 12 to 15 on the basketball roster, they get a little closer. See, there's a difference between being friends and being friendly. See, Keith Burns and Rod Woodson and Ray Lewis, they're friends. We've gone on vacation together. We've gone out to eat together. They've been to my house, Daryl McCormick Bucket, been to cookouts. Kyrie and Bron been on vacation. So I don't really view, they get along well, and they do a great job for the cameras. But LeBron is upset that Kyrie mentioned his name. He portrayed LeBron in a very negative light.
Okay.
Make it seem like, well, this is why, because LeBron, man, you know, Kyrie should be used to losing. Do he remember he was in the lottery every year LeBron wasn't there? So why is he taking it so hard? Because he should be all cried out. Because they got Anthony Bennett, first pick in the draft. They got Andrew Wiggins, first pick in the draft. So he shouldn't have any tears. Why is he taking it so hard? He should be immune to it.
Okay. So there are two big issues operating here. The reason LeBron's inner circle is reacting through Stephen A. to protect LeBron here is you got to protect a brand. That's a huge brand that is taking some dings right now because people are sitting back thinking, gee, maybe LeBron is a little tricky to play with. And it's not good for LeBron. What did I read yesterday? They made a pizza investment. What was it called? Blaze?
Blaze.
And they made like $34 million in 4 or 5 years.
And it's blazing.
Wow. And he's still taking the max? Why would
Take
he
it,
take less
Ron.
money? To play? He's still taking $33 million to
Hold on,
play?
time out. Quicken Loans. Dan Gilbert's on the Cleveland Cavaliers. He also owned Quicken Loans. They still issuing home loans? Oh, so he gets to take max money, but you want Bron to turn it down. I wish Bron might. If Bron ever take less than a max, I'm out.
But LeBron's still doing those, Kia ads? And we know he drives Kias back and forth.
Drive it.
Yeah, drives
Nice.
them.
He had a nice white with the black
every game,
running out
right?
windows.
We know that. Yep.
Yeah,
we got
stop
that.
hating on what the man drives.
I'm not hating. I just don't believe he drives a Kia. But
He
that's okay.
does.
Didn't he have like 44 cars or like the whole driveway?
Didn't you see him pull up at the stadium in that white Kia with that 3% tint?
No, I did not see.
Well, I saw it.
Yeah, you saw. You were riding with him. You're riding shotgun, right?
Skip.
Okay.
Why?
So look, they're in Kyrie's inner circle. They get sick and tired of LeBron being overprotected by the media. So some of these things they want out to protect not Kyrie's brand because he really doesn't have a big brand right now, not yet, but just to protect his reputation.
What reputation?
Well,
The guy that shoot first point guard?
Yeah.
What he was before
He is a straight shooter.
But Skip, here's the thing. What he wants, he's not going to get. He wants to, because think about it, Skip, when you mention point guards, you go Russell, you go Steph Curry, you go James Harden. So you go to John Wall, even before you get to mention Kyrie.
Why is that? Because Kyrie has been deferring to LeBron James.
Let me ask you a question. What teammate in the NBA could play with LeBron James, it would get equal billing or more billing than he? Name the player.
Kevin Durant.
No, sir.
Yes, sir.
No, sir.
Just outplayed
What
him
exactly
head-to-head
does
in the
this mean
finals.
for the
Four
Cavs?
times.
3 of the finals right.
4
in the face.
MVPs. 3 final MVPs. And he took a team from 3-1 down. Kevin Durant had a team 3-1 down, they lost. When has LeBron ever had a team 3-1 down and lost?
Okay, I hear you. I get all that. But in the end, this is about protecting brand over protecting image. And it reminds me of what I reacted to back in 2010 when Stephen A. reported on Mike and Mike in the hour right before First Take started. That, remember, in the crash and burn that was LeBron's last playoff series against the Boston Celtics, 2010 in Cleveland, before he took his talents to South Beach. Stephen A. reported that LeBron had to be sedated for the last couple of games because he was having a locker room issue with a teammate. Remember all that?
Yeah.
And I went on First Take immediately. I have no issue with the report because I believe that's exactly what they told Stephen A. But I have big issue with what they told Stephen A. And I said, baloney, he was sedated. And right on the heels of that, what did Dan Gilbert do? He blasted LeBron publicly for, remember this? Quitting. Should have burned the bridge to the ground. Remember this? Quitting against Boston. That's what he said publicly.
All
He
Kyrie
quit.
has to do is come out and say that. I didn't say any of those. All he has to do is set the record straight. If he didn't say that, if he didn't say he didn't want to play with LeBron, if he didn't say he has all these issues with LeBron, set the record straight.
What do you mean set the record straight?
Imagine just anyone having a problem with LeBron James.
Yeah.
It's unthinkable.
What great person you know
He
was
does
easy
have
to
a
work
problem.
with.
One person.
I played with great players.
Okay,
They're tough to work with.
You know what it seems like? It seems like they shouldn't have gotten rid of David Griffin. He seemed like